Welcome to another episode of the Senpai Show. My name is Victor Escalante. I'm the producer and co-host. Joining me in the studio today, as usual, is Senpai. Sam, say hi to our friends.
I definitely want to say hello to all the firefighters out there that are getting these lump sum checks. I want to say hello to you today.
That's what this show is about today. It's like if you are coming into a big lump sum of money, whether it's from a back pay like the firemen, whether it's inheritance, whether it's a cash settlement from insurance, or if it's inheritance that is passed on to you from your family, what do you do with the big lump sum of money so that you don't squander it, you don't loan it out, you don't go out and buy the latest expensive toys, your convertible Corvette or gold, or what do you do? What you got some calls from these firefighters. What did you recommend that they do, Sam?
Well, today we got plenty of phone calls from a lot of people getting, large sums of checks on this lawsuit that the city of Houston just finally settled with the firefighters. And so we got probably about 15, 20 calls today. And so, they were calling my wife, they were calling the office. And so I was able to talk to several of them on the phone and just ask them what it is that they wanted to do. What is it that they're thinking about doing with the money? One guy wanted to remodel his whole house, that he was waiting on bedrooms. And so the first question I asked him is, how do you own your house? Are you still paying on it? Do you still? No, it's free and clear. And I said, well, do you have an LLC? Well, I got a DBA. I said, well, why don't you create an LLC and put your house in the LLC so that now it becomes an investment property, even though you live there, all the repairs that you do on the house is now deductible because the LLC owns the company. And so that's a great way of doing it, because if you just do it in your personal name, there's no deductions there for you.
Sam, if you do that, is that taxable income if you form the LLC, right?
Yes.
And then now there's a lot of expenses that can be paid by the LLC. How do you structure the money? It's like, where does it go? Where does the money go? Is it deposited into an LLC as working capital, or how does that work?
Well, you can either put it as owner's contribution. You can, depending on what your exit strategy is, that's what I need to look at. But I would put it in as owner's contribution into the LLC, because now you call what's basis. That's your basis amount into the company, so that as the company takes losses, you're writing off this basis, right? So my opinion with the LLC is to create a retirement plan inside the LLC. So because most of these guys are still going to have deferred pensions, 401ks, and with this money they just settled with, they'll be able to either create that retirement plan inside their LLC and watch it grow as they distribute it out in the company, so that in later years or years to come, when they retire, they can roll over their 401k into this retirement plan, avoiding that 20% withheld on the taxes and everything else, and they'll be able to use that money inside their LLC. For example, let's say they open up a travel agency, and now they get to travel to Europe. Well, I'm going to send my clients. I need to see the best hotels. And you get to write those trips off through your LLC, because now you're creating that travel agency business and you're looking at these locations. So the money that you wrote over into this account that now is being distributed into the company is now written off as a expense in your LLCs and corporation.
Essentially, any hobby of yours could be converted into an LLC that you do have to show some sort of profit to the IRS. Otherwise, the IRS considers it a hobby. What is the number of years that you must be able to show that you're legitimately working in the business? Because because what you're saying is totally valid. It's like, if you want to open up a travel business, you need to go test drive the destinations
Right.
that you are sending clients to.
That's right.
And some people make a really good living by taking tours, groups of tours to those exotic destinations. I know I went to school with one girl that's what she's doing. She's taking groups to Italy because she enjoys the culture, the cuisine, the wines. It's like she is enjoying her hobby and running a business and turning a profit.
Well, first of all, I never want to say hobby. That's taboo in the IRS
Okay, yes.
deals, because immediately they will disallow the deductions and everything else. So the difference between a hobby and a business is that you're in for profit doing some type of business that you're spending money, you got expenses, and you're looking to make $1. Now, there's a lot of myth out there that you can only have losses for 3 years. That's a myth. It's nowhere in the IRS books. As long as you're looking to make a profit, you can have losses for 99 years. It doesn't make a difference. As long as your W-2 or your working job, you're making money from somewhere to cover these losses that you deduct from the LLC.
That's the big difference. It's like you got income that is being funneled into the LLC for legitimate business purposes.
That's it. So you got some guys that have horses, and they never race them. They just groom them, because they look beautiful. Well, if you're not taking them and doing some type of competition or looking to make some money, then it becomes a hobby. So all the feed, all the horse purchase, all this, it's just a hobby. And so the IRS will disallow those deductions.
You're listening to the Senpai Show. We'll be right back.
¿Estás buscando soluciones efectivas para crecer y prosperar en tu empresa? Entonces, LMS Solution es para ti. Con nuestra plataforma innovadora puedes crear, administrar y seguir el progreso de tus programas de capacitación en línea de manera eficiente y fácil, desde el reclutamiento hasta el desarrollo del personal. Ofrecemos una solución integral para tus necesidades de formación. Visita nuestra página web hoy mismo en lmsolutionsTX.com y comienza a optimizar el aprendizaje en tu empresa. Nuestra plataforma es como si tuvieras todo un equipo de personal, tecnología a tu alcance. Visítanos hoy.
Hey Tony, why the long face? You look like your dog just died.
Damn, am I that obvious? I just found out that I owe the IRS over $50,000 in back taxes. And I don't know what I'm going to do. My credit is already in the tank and I have exhausted my reserves after my business went south.
Well, if I were you, I would call Sam Pais with LMS Solutions. I just heard him say on his podcast that he helped one of his clients with a tax liability of $1 million settle for $9,000.
Man, if I could get out from under this big weight, I could get a fresh start rather than close my business and still owe the IRS.
So what are you waiting for? I hear your first consultation is free. I have his number here, 281-977-6572, or you can go to his website lmssolutionstx.com.
I'm on it. I'm calling him right now. There's a reason why I keep you around. You know a lot about business. You made my day. How about we grab some lunch? Of course it's on me.
I'm glad to help out. What are friends for? You need to subscribe to the Sam Pais Show. He now has tips on Mondays and Wednesdays to help you grow your business.
You have made one new subscriber. Let's go. I'm starving.
Call LMS Solutions today. 281-977-6572. You will be glad you did for the rest of your life.
We now return you to the Senpai Show. And again, it's easy to create operating expenses.
Yes.
And that's where tax strategy comes in. That's what you help people with.
That's it. On how to use an LLC, a corporation, and use the entity legitimately to take those expenses off. So I just tell everybody, you really got to get the opinions of 3 different individuals and look at the strategies, because you need to know your exit strategy. Are you selling? Are you retiring? What is it that you're doing that you want to use this LLC for? And so as long as you keep in compliance, you're good to go.
That's beautiful, Sam, because no one's going to talk this kind of common sense to the average person in a way that really benefits them. And that's where a fiduciary comes in. Is like, you are here to help people keep most of their money as opposed to just paying taxes.
That's it. I sold my house to the LLC. So now I leased the house back from the LLC. So the LLC paid me a down payment, which was tax-free, up to $500,000. Bill Clinton came in and put that nice, beautiful law in there that if you sell your primary home the last 2 from 5 years, everything is tax-free on that money. So the company gave me my down payment, and they pay me a payment every month, which my wife puts into her pocket. And I said, I gave you a Social Security check early. And so she gets that check, but we pay back a lease fee back to the company. And so if the house needs repairs, the house needs maintenance, whatever it is,
the LLC owns it.
Yes.
Okay. And you're building equity.
That's it. Exactly. Yes.
America's a great country.
Great country in the world, boy. Great country.
What else are you recommending that firefighters do apart from the LLC, Sam?
Well, I noticed a lot of the firefighters that were coming in had extra jobs, and so they were really DBAs. So I'm really talking to them right now today. Told them all, you need to create an LLC. You need to create a retirement plan inside your LLC for future monies that you want to roll over from your retirement. Also to look at IRAs that they can put their kids to work and legally put up to $6,500 in an IRA. Imagine your grandkid, you pay for marketing for your calendars, your business cards, and you put your grandkid and you pay them a salary. Well, they get to put up to $6,500 in an IRA. Imagine if they're 1, 2, 3 years old, 59 years later,
that's worth some money.
Compounded interest is the most amazing thing that has ever been created by man. And so I tell everybody, whether it's the IRA, which I think a traditional IRA, or you might put it in a Roth IRA and let it build tax-free for those kids until they're 59, 60 years old, depending on what your strategy is.
Sam, talk about the Latino mindset and the lack of education on investments, because you talked about the compounding effect. People don't understand how that is huge. Explain to us the compounding effect.
The compounding effect is where your money grows, interest on top of interest over a long period of time. So today, for example, the stock market dropped for 1,000 points, and everybody, Sam, should I sell? No, this is when you should buy more. Keep buying and let it grow over the long period. Why'd you buy stock if you're not going to allow it to grow? This is your egg nest. And so we've had downturns, the 30s. We had all kinds of stuff where people lost all their money. Now, understand that an investment is a risk, but there's a great book called Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, which is Warren Buffett's mentor, that talks about the type of investors that are out there. Are you a value investor versus someone who's investing in day-to-day trading and really not an investor? They're a day trader, and they have more opportunity of losing money than a Warren Buffett that has become a value investor that never really sells stock. He keeps stock. Now, lately, he's been selling because he's been putting cash into cover. So I know he might have some inside information that we're not.
$200 billion in cash that I read the news article today
Yes.
that he has in reserves.
Yes. I'm thinking about knocking on his door to see if he wants to invest
Exactly.
in LMS. So you got to look for great opportunities.
Exactly.
He said, there's no great companies. I'm fixing to go get in line.
There you go.
Show them what I got. So, it's interesting right now with the market as it is, the economy, inflation, and just different things. Now, I went through this in the 80s. So I was very emotional young man. I was bankrupt, divorcing, child custody. I lost my credit, just losing everything, to a period now in my life at 60, watching my companies grow and become and blossom the way they're blossoming. But I'm in the Latino market, and that market, I have worked for 42 years to understand the market, the Mexicano, the Chicano, the Salvadoreño, Hondureño, and it's cost me. I've invested in me. And a lot of people refuse to invest in themselves. And I think the best investment you can have is in your education and, seminars, books, everything that you got, because you need to become competent at what you're doing. You got to become knowledgeable. And so a lot of people come to me expecting the results or answers that they need for their future.
There you have it, friends. Any final words, Sam, on what to do if you come into a big lump sum of money?
You got to come and invest with LMS, brother. Pay less.
Buy now, because your investment, it could be worth millions of dollars into the future. Look at how the stock of Apple and Ford Motor Company that was just there, put in a shoebox, uncovered years later by descendants, is worth millions of dollars. Well, that's going to do it for today, friends. Go out and have a great week.